This is the third video on transferring text from the current website into the WordPress development environment. And this video is going to cover creating links. There are 3 different kinds, and also permalinks. Alright, so if you remember, our page here has a number of links on it, and there are different kinds of links. And what I mean by different kinds is, first you need to understand that a link has 2 components. The first is link text, and that's the text right here. It's a different color. This is normal text, this is link text. It's a different color, and it also kind of gives you a little highlight effect. The second component is called the URL or address. Every web page has a URL or address that you can find up here at the top of the page. We've talked about them a little bit in the first video. If you hold your mouse pointer over the link and look down into the left corner of the browser window, you will see the address for this link appear. Now, when we're talking about types of links when we're dealing with migrating text, this link is a link to within the Warren Wilson website. You see the address down in the left corner says warren-wilson.edu. That means that this goes to another page within the Warren Wilson website. This link, for example, goes to the FAFSA government page. This one goes to Campus Web. So, these links are going to be treated differently. The links that go to other pages within the Warren Wilson website, we're going to have to change these because, of course, all of the addresses for the pages within the Warren Wilson website are going to be different in WordPress than they are on the current site. So we're going to have to update them, and that's going to be a bit of a difficult process and one that's going to take a lot of attention to make sure we get it right. However, links to websites outside of Warren Wilson aren't going to change. So these, like this FAFSA link, are going to be able to just be directly migrated over. The third type of link is an email address link. It's called a mail to link, and you can see down in the left hand corner that the reason is that the phrase mail to : with no spaces followed by an email address is all that forms the URL for the link. So let's get started. I'm just going to move a few of these links over there, one of each type, to give you an idea of how the process is done. I'm going to start with a link to an off-campus or external entity, so the FAFSA link. If you right-click in Windows or Command-click in Mac, you get a context menu, and you want to come down and find Copy Link Address, or in some browsers it may say Copy Link Location. Click it. That's going to copy that address to your clipboard. Come over to WordPress and find the text that needs to be link text. I'm going to highlight this entire, what's called a call to action here, and make it into link text. Highlight what you want to be link text, go to the Insert Edit Link button and hit it. You can see we've already been set up with the cursor ready to go here where it wants your URL, so all you have to do is paste, and that's really it. Just hit Add Link. Now, while we're on this window, go ahead and have a look at it a little bit. Title is unnecessary. An open link in a new window tab is one of those things that you can do, but users often find this distracting or confusing. So in general, I tend to only use this sort of option. For example, if I know that when they click the link it's going to open a new program or plugin within their browser. So if I was linking to a PDF, I might have it open in a new window or tab. But in this case, I'm not going to have it open in a new window or tab. It'll be less confusing for the person using the website. Most of them understand how to use the back button to get back to the Warren Wilson College website. You can see that in WordPress the link changes color, indicating that the link has been created. And that's really all there is to it for a link to an off-campus website. Now, let's look at links to on-campus websites here, like this one. There are going to be 2 different kinds of these that you're going to encounter. The first is going to be a link to a page that's already been created within WordPress. For example, I've already created the admission visit page in WordPress. The other kind is going to be links to pages that have not yet been created within WordPress. So for example, this admission counselor page, not a page I've finished in WordPress. They're going to be treated differently. For a page that does not exist in WordPress, we're not actually going to create a link in WordPress at all. What we're going to do is write a flag into the text, a note telling us that we have to return to it and create the link once the page has been set up in WordPress. So I need to find where this is. It's in scholarships. Alright. Here's the call to action that I would be making into a link, but I can't because this page has not yet been created in WordPress. So what I'm going to do is put my cursor just after the text I want to be a link, and I'm going to use curly brackets and all caps to create a note. Please try and follow this same convention. What this is going to allow me to do is search for this type of text, text in all caps between curly brackets, across all the pages that you create. That way, before I make the new website public, I'll be able to find anywhere that still needs a link added in. It also makes it easy for you to see if you're looking at the text. But we'll go one step further. Come down to editorial comments and hit respond to this post. We're just going to make a note indicating that there are links that need to be added. Once those links have been added, whoever comes in and adds them can follow up that things have been taken care of. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create a link to a page that's already been created in WordPress. We don't need to copy the address because we're not going to be using it. So just look at where the link needs to go, make a note of what it needs to link to. In this case, schedule a visit is going to be our link text, and it's going to link to the visit page. You notice here, link to existing content. That's exactly what we want to do. This is going to show us every page that's within WordPress. Right now it's not a very long list, but very soon it's going to be a huge list, and you're definitely going to want to use this search button. Search is going to allow you to search on the title of the page and potentially on some of the other elements of the page, like its slug. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that when we talk about permalinks. Join us for a visit is the page I want to link to, so I just click it. Automatically we get the new URL for this page appearing up here. Forgot something. Notice that DEV, this is not going to be the final address for this page, so we're going to want to go ahead and alter it to www. Update. That is going to give us the correct link. I'm going to see if I can do that one more time. Nope, I don't have another link I can do it with. I'm going to undo this link and do it again just so that we make sure that that is covered and everybody gets it. Find where you want to be a link, note where you want it to go, in this case, the admission visit page. Highlight what you want to be the link text and hit the Insert Edit Link button. Link to existing content will be up. You want to search for the title of the page. You can search for Join Us, for example. Click it. Next thing you want to do, by the way, you can leave title there in this case if you wish. You want to change DEV to www. I can do a search on the content later to see if I catch any of these that get left off, but that's going to be an important thing to remember. Alright, then hit hit Add Link. Once you have gotten all the links dealt with, it's going to be time to publish your page. Before you publish, go ahead and hit Save Draft. That way, if the publish process crashes, you don't lose any work. It's also a good idea before you publish just to go through and make sure you've done everything on the page that you needed to do. I actually haven't. I'm trying to go a little faster, so this is a shorter video. But you would come over to your existing page, carefully look at the way the formatting and the links are set up. Make sure that you have not missed any italics, which is easy to miss. Make sure that you haven't missed any bold. You've got your headings set up. You've got your ordered list or numbered list. Everything done. If you have everything done, you are ready to go through a two-step publishing process. And I would like you never to publish without also creating a permanent link directly after you publish. This is an important thing to remember. You don't ever publish without creating a permanent link. And the reason is the permanent link is what other editors are going to use to link to your content. So for example, you saw me linking to the existing visit page that's already a part of this new Warren Wilson website. Its address is /admission/visit. That's its permalink. You want to make sure that you set up the proper permalink for your page so that other people can link to it. If you were to publish and then walk away from it, leaving it for a few days without setting a permalink, someone might create a link to the page using the permalink that was the default, and then when you come back later and set up the permalink, the links that they created have been broken. Alright, so I'm just going to hit publish. And now let's look at permalinks. Permalinks are a bit confusing. There are two components to permalinks. First is what's called the parent page. Now, every page that you create is going to have a parent page, with only a few exceptions. And, for example, this Congratulations Accepted Students page is a part of the admission department. So its parent page is going to be the admission landing page. Once I set the parent page, I hit update, and it changes the permalink. Now admission is part of the page's address. That's exactly as it should be. Congratulations-3, however, is a pretty cumbersome address. This page is for accepted students, so it probably should say something like accepted or accepted students. In general, you want your link to be the shortest possible link you can have that is still descriptive and still includes the parent page. So I'm going to hit edit. Rather than making it say accepted students, I'm just going to make it say accepted. This is a pretty good permalink. You do not need to worry about the dev in this case because WordPress will automatically change this element of the page. It will not, however, automatically change it in the links we create within the text of the page. It's a bit of a confusing distinction. Just remember that when you create links, like this one, you want to change dev into www. However, permalinks, you do not want to change dev into www. Once you've set up your permalink, you've hit edit, changed it to what you want, hit OK, click update. Now you're truly done with migrating a page. A final word about parent pages and subpages and permalinks. This is probably one of the more complicated and confusing aspects of this whole process. So I think what I'm going to do is jump over to another page that I've created in the past to give you another example. Here's the Directions to Campus page. It's actually part of the Admission Visit pages. Here's the permalink. admission visit directions. This page is what's called a third tier page. What that means is it's part of the set of pages about visiting the college. And the set of pages about visiting the college are a part of all the pages about admission. So in this case, we have an admission landing page, just like you and each of your individual divisions are going to have landing pages for alumni, for service program and work program, and for everything else. Admission landing page forms the first tier. Then we have a set of pages on visit, which form the second tier. If I were to go to the visit page, its parent page is admission. Here we are on the directions page, which is the third tier. The directions page has the parent page of visit. So the parent of directions is visit, parent of visit is admission. And that's kind of how parent pages and subpages work, and a little bit more about the relationship of the permalink to the parent and subpages. Just as with the last page, you'll notice that this page's title is Directions to Campus, but I've changed the permalink to where it just says Directions. The default was directions-to-campus. And I hit Edit, changed it to Directions, and OK. Made it a little easier. The same was true of the visit page. Its full title originally formed the permalink. You can see that if you look at the link itself, it kind of gives you almost a sentence that makes sense. Warren Wilson admission visit directions. This is important actually because Google looks at this address in order to help determine what page is best served in search results. Alright. That is truly really all you need to know to migrate pages. If you have any questions about any of this process, go to your content supervisor, especially questions about which of the permalinks or which of the parent pages and subpages to set up. And if you and your content supervisor run into any problems, feel free to give me a call at extension 5820 or send me an email.